Very pleasant evening, good everyone, and welcome to the Sawyer Center on the campus of Southern Nazarene University here in Bethany, Oklahoma. It's basketball time here in the great city of Bethany as the Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm women tip off their season tonight against the Minot State Beavers of the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. Hi everyone, I'm Luke McConnell, and last season was a tremendous, historic season for the Crimson Storm in Coach Trent May's first year at the helm here in Bethany. SNU finishing 17-13, 15-7 in conference play. That by far their best finish in Great American Conference play since they made the transition a few years back. SNU also got their first postseason win in GAC history last year as they defeated Southeastern Oklahoma State in the first round of the Great American Conference Championships. They fell in an overtime heartbreaker to Arkansas Tech in the semifinals, and they are looking to maintain their status as one of the top teams in the GAC. They were picked fourth in the preseason poll and are looking to at least maintain their third place finish 1 year ago. A lot of players back. They did lose Adrian Berry, the leading scorer on the team, and Madeline Schropfer, one of the team's best energy players. As far as rebounding and assists and steals, Schropfer was one of the best for the Crimson Storm a year ago. But there is depth aplenty for SNU this year as players came on down the stretch. J.C. Soap, as a freshman last year, played extremely well down the stretch of the season. Alexis Jones, now a junior this year, finished last year 9 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, and 3.3 assists per game. Also have Abby Nehus back in the middle. And Sonia Sarda, another freshman a year ago, played very strong down the stretch for the Crimson Storm. Pretty much, again, everyone back. 81% of SNU scoring from a season ago is back on the floor, plus a plethora of newcomers that are going to be big contributors for SNU this season. And talking to Coach Trent May earlier this week, he was raving about his depth and raving about the fact that he's almost struggling to figure out who to put on the court, and not in a bad way. A year ago, it was a lot of uncertainty with what he had. This season, a lot of confidence in what he has and uncertainty of how to get everybody on the court that is deserving of time. So it should be a very exciting season for the Crimson Storm in Great American Conference play. They're taking on Minot State, the Beavers. They lost in the first round of the Northern Sun Conference last year to Winona State. Last year, 13-16, 8-14 in conference play. They've been kind of a middle-of-the-road team, but on the upswing under head coach Mark Gropp. The year before he came to town, they were 4-25, 2-20 in conference play, and they've seen 2 seasons in a row of at least 13 wins. So certainly a program on the rise in the Northern Sun Conference. We'll take a quick break and step aside. When we come back, we will hear from head coach Trent May and then get you set for the Crimson Storm and the Beavers here at the Sawyer Center. This is SNU women's basketball here on the SNU Video Network. And we're joined now by SNU women's basketball head coach Trent May, talking about tonight's game against Minot State in the upcoming season. And, Coach, does the excitement of a new season ever lessen for you?
Never does. it's like it's the first one, first game, first season. It doesn't matter. It's all exciting to get it going. There's games going on. Obviously, NBA and Division One's already started. There's been some Division Two games, but it's just there's basketballs in the air. We've had our scrimmages and our exhibition games, and so now it's just that time of just being able to really get your team on the floor when it really counts, and every game does count, at this level. So it's exciting to play. Conference is a big deal, but so is non-conference. When you're looking for things you want to do nationally, this is that stepping stone to that.
How was the off season, and what were some of the big things you guys emphasized as a staff with your team?
I think just continue to do what we do. We have high expectations around here, and so I don't know if it's anything. I mean, I could list about 100 specific things, but it's all everything we do is super important. It's just getting that mindset, getting the players to understand this is the way we do things, and having that culture built in. And so yes, I mean, I could instead of being specific and naming, because everything we do is specific, and so there's a lot to that, and there's I could talk another hour of what that is, but the biggest thing is just making sure our culture, make sure the players buy in to what we're doing, and because that's a non-negotiable. If you don't buy in, you're not going to be a part. And so to do that, and to when you have buy-in, great things happen.
Going with that, you have a lot of fresh faces on the roster. How have they bought into everything, both culturally and schematically, and who's really stood out amongst that group?
Oh man, there's everybody brings their strengths, and everybody, just like our returners, have their weaknesses. But I think that's the thing of just you're trying to create. You're trying to fit those pieces into your puzzle, and I think that's the thing with our girls. With the new ones, that have come in. They've all done a good job in their own individual ways, and they each, regardless of, we have a graduate transfer, we have another Division One transfer, and we also have incoming freshmen, and so with that, those are all different people. All different from different places, and they have different parts of their styles of their game that are unique to themselves. And so, what we're trying to do is just blend their strengths into what our strengths are, and then trying to limit their weaknesses. And again, how they may not have been weaknesses at their former programs, but here's how we're going to turn those into strengths here.
You only lost 2 players last year, but important players, Madeline and Adrian from last year's team. How do you go about replacing what they brought on the court and in the locker room?
Well, I think that's when you look to replace. There's you can look at stats, and that doesn't matter. They were terrific individuals. For our program. Great ambassadors for our program, and I think that's the thing that you're not trying to play statistics. You're just trying to. You're trying to create the things that we built last year, and you just want to add on to that. You just want to continue the process, and so you're never going to replace the people and the heartbeats that were in those jerseys. And so what you're trying to do is just going, hey, how can we continue to get better year in and year out? You're going to lose players, you're going to have injuries, you're going to have things. It's the next person up, whether it's a new year, whether it's off an injury, whatever it may be. I think that's the thing you're just looking for. Just continue to build the process and make sure the players that are returning, the players that have been or that are new, you're making sure that they just we're trying to create the best puzzle that we can.
What are you looking for here in this first game out this evening?
Oh, compete. Just everything that's within us is just compete. No matter the circumstances, no matter if we're feeling good about ourselves and we're playing with good rhythm, or we're trying to scratch and claw to stay in the game, or we're behind. You compete no matter what the circumstances are. And you can try to talk about that, and even yesterday I was pretty adamant about our consistency with our energy needs to be at a high level. You're going to have moments where you're going to have lapses in practice and lapses in games. You're just trying to decrease that as the season goes on, and to really where they're really competing hard for every second of every game.
Coach, thanks for your time and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. Just about set to go here for the season opener for the SNU Crimson Storm women. Going over the starting lineups for the Minot State Beavers. First, number 3, Bethany Theodore. Number 4, Mariah Payne. Number 12, scored last season in the Northern Sun Conference. Number 12, Callie Delsman, 7.4 points per game a year ago. In the middle is Haley Hildenbrand, 6.5 points, 4 rebounds a year ago. She's a junior at 6'2". And also at 6'2", sophomore center Anna Counts, 2.6 points and 2.1 rebounds a year ago. For the Crimson Storm, sophomore guard JC Soap. Number 2 had 5.8 points per game last season. Number 5, Alexis Jones, 9 points per game, almost 5 rebounds per game. Number 14 in the middle, Abby Nehus, one of the best shot blockers in the country. She had 106 a year ago for SNU. Number 20, Sonia Sarda, sophomore guard, 4.5 points per game, 1.5 assists per game last year. And at forward, number 22, Kennedy Gillette. Tough year last year, but she has bounced back well for the Crimson Storm here in the offseason, and Coach Trent May has high hopes for her going into this season. So we're all just about set and ready to go here at the Sawyer Center. Again, the Crimson Storm coming off an historic season last year in the Great American Conference. 15-7 in conference play, 17-13 overall. It's going to be Abby Nehus and Haley Hildenbrand jumping center. And we are set to go. Unless the official says we're not set to go. Now we're set to go. And we are underway. Abby Nehus tips it ahead. Kennedy Gillette controls it. And Sarda on the right wing will start things off for SNU. Sarda with it. Backdoor lob for Kennedy Gillette. Gets it inside, puts it up off the glass, no good. Gets her own miss. Offensive rebound does not go. And Anna Counts has it for the Beavers. Long pass up ahead for Payne. Alexis Jones was there. It goes off of Jones, out of bounds. And the Beavers maintain possession here, just 26 seconds in. Kennedy Gillette is a very tough player. Again, had a tough season last year. Sarda with the steal. Long lead pass up ahead for Alexis Jones, and it goes out of bounds. SNU trying to be aggressive early. Maybe a smidge careless with that pass, a little bit too high for the 5'8" Alexis Jones. Payne working it along the far sideline, guarded by Jones. JC Soap nearly had the steal there. Pass is deflected, but Counts has it. Outside to Theodore. Theodore guarded by Sarda. Inside to Counts, got deep, puts it up, no good. Gets the offensive miss, puts it back in off the glass with the left hand. And Minot State draws first blood. Sarda probing, now going left, puts it up high off the back iron, no good. Abby Nehus with the save, and Sarda has it. Fresh shot clock for the Crimson Storm. JC Soap pulls the trigger for 3, it's perfect! JC Soap, 34% from three-point range last season. The freshman with a very strong campaign. Counts along 2, knocks it down. Anna Counts did not see the court much last year as a freshman. And she's got all 4 points for Minot State here in the first few minutes of this one. Sarda looking for Nihus on the backdoor cut, but just off her hands and out of bounds. SNU will set up full court pressure here, just 2 minutes gone by in the season opener. Strong crowd on hand. It is homecoming weekend here in Bethany. Payne trying to look for counts. Nihus shuts that down. Payne going baseline, and she traveled. Great defense there on the baseline by Abby Nihus. And SNU will take over, trailing 4-3. 2 early turnovers for the Crimson Storm. Alexis Jones looking up top. Now goes to the corner to Sarda. JC Soap thought about the 3. Kick. Gillette wide open for 3. Knocks it down. Kennedy Gillette. Just 15% from three-point range a year ago, and she is somebody that pretty much everyone on that SNU team is rooting for after a great offseason. Payne, the runner, from the elbow is no good. Rebound comes down to Minot State. That's Callie Delsman who falls on that one. And that's a first foul on Abby Nihus, and Delsman will go to the line for 2 free throws. 60% free throw shooter a season ago. She's off with the first one. One more upcoming for the junior from Waukesha, Wisconsin. And she hits that one to make it 6-5 SNU. Alexis Jones controlling the point. She and Sonia Sarda going to play basically the 1 and 2 positions for SNU pretty much interchangeably. Sarda penetrates, puts up a wild shot that goes. Sonia Sarda not afraid to knife into the interior. And she hits her first shot for an 8-5 SNU lead. JC Soap pokes that one away from Delsman. Delsman gets it back though. Theodore has it now. And a bump and a foul on Sonia Sarda upcoming. Already the second team foul on the Crimson Storm. 3.5 minutes gone by in the first quarter. SNU 8 and the Beavers 5. Delsman will inbound just to the left of the SNU bench. Gets it into Theodore. Nihus knocks away the entry pass, and Jones has it. A foul coming on Mariah Payne. That'll be the first foul on the Beavers. First foul on Minot State as well. Alexis Jones works it into the front court. She'll pull the trigger for 3 straight away, no good. And Nihus trying to get a tip on that offensive rebound, and she'll pick up her second foul just like that. So we'll see Miriam Garcia for the first time at this next stoppage. Hildenbrand, that pass is knocked away, and it goes out of bounds off of Counts. Another turnover for the Beavers. Garcia, the grad transfer from Madrid, Spain. Looked fantastic in last week's exhibition win over Dallas Christian College. Jones working the baseline around the screen, leaves it off for Gillette, kicked around and stolen by Payne. Little sloppy early both ways here in the season opener for both teams. Payne guarded by JC Soap, entry pass into Counts. Kick. And we got a 3-second violation on Anna Counts. Be a turnover for the Beavers. Number 30, Molly Wilson, into the game for the first time this evening. First substitution for the Beavers. Sarda will bring it up. 5.5 minutes to go, first quarter. SNU leading early, 8-5, courtesy of a three-pointer of J.C. Soap and Kennedy Gillette. Sarda, driving kick. Jones goes around the screen. Nice finish with the left hand. Alexis Jones with a great move going around the screen from Garcia. And she found the bucket, and SNU doubling up the Beavers early, 10-5. Theodore goes all the way. Kick, Wilson swings it around. Payne will pull the trigger for three. It's off the mark, no good. And Gillette in there for the rebound. Lost it, but J.C. Soap has it. Soap quickly pushing up ahead. Garcia, Soap gets it back. Left wing, three is good! J.C. Soap picking up right where she left off last season. She's got 2 3-pointers early, and the Crimson Storm lead 13-5. Theodore driving baseline, trying to go up and under, but Garcia turns that one aside, and a foul coming up on Haley Hildenbrand. Great start here for the Crimson Storm, and that will take us to a timeout on the court. 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. SNU leading this one 13-5. We'll be back right after this here on the SNU Video Network. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU leading this one 13-5. They're 3 of 4 from three-point range and have already forced 5 Beavers turnovers. Sonia Sarda controlling up top for the Crimson Storm. J.C. Soap now on the right wing. Gillette in the corner. Back to Soap, trying to get Garcia. And a foul coming up on Haley Hildenbrand, trying to deal with Miriam Garcia underneath. Already the second foul on Hildenbrand, and she will take a seat. Anna Counts quickly back in. Reagan Sanchez into the game for the first time. She's actually a Yukon native from just down the road. Soap open for three again. It's short, and Wilson has the miss for the Beavers. Payne, harassed by Jones there, gets inside, trying to find Delson in the corner. She does, working on J.C. Soap. Cross-court skip pass, knocked away by Alexis Jones. Free court in front of her, and she coasts in for the left-hand layup. SNU turning up the defensive intensity early, and here they are with some full court pressure. Delsman trying to get it across half court against J.C. Soap. Behind the back dribble. Payne, foul line jumper, deflected and blocked by Garcia, and a foul coming up on the Beavers. It's going to be on Molly Wilson. Her first fourth-team foul. Addison Foster and Irene Perez in for the first time this evening. J.C. Soap and Kennedy Gillette will take a seat. For the Crimson Storm, leading 15-5 here. 3.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Irene Perez on the wing. Entry pass to Garcia. Garcia goes up and under. Nice reverse layup, just long off the back iron. Garcia's got some really nice post moves that we saw last week against Dallas Christian College. Sanchez with it, guarded by Sonia Sarda. Now Payne, trying to get Counts to post up. Payne at the elbow. Deflected, nearly stolen. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Long entry pass to Delsman. That's the pivot, gets it up. And the official says no. And a shot clock violation on the Beavers. Great pressure inside Addison Foster there at the end. Already 6 turnovers for the Beavers here in the first quarter. Irene Perez wanting a screen from Garcia, goes behind it. Now leaves it off for Jones. She probes at the foul line. Perez driving baseline. Pass is stolen by Payne. She was trying to get it to Addison Foster there. So Payne working it up the court. Now Delsman. Now left wing to Wilson. Counts, posts up Garcia. Backs her down, drop step. Nice move with the left hand, but is unable to finish. Bodies everywhere. And Alexis Jones has the miss. 5 on 3 here. Sarda, left wing for 3. She's open. She got it. SNU raining 3-pointers early there. 4 of 6 from deep, and it's an 18-5 lead for the Crimson Storm. Sarda checking Sanchez up top. Entry pass for Counts, but Garcia anticipates and steals that one. Jones back the other way. Droves inside, left-hander off the glass is no good. Garcia tried to track down the offensive rebound, but it went out of bounds. Cassandra Awad into the game for the first time for SNU. Freshman from Lubbock, Texas. Alexis Jones will take a seat. Danielle Rosari in for the first time today, and Bethany Theodore back in for the Beavers. SNU leading this one 18-5. They forced 8 turnovers here in the first quarter. Nice backdoor cut from Theodore, and she traveled. Trying to get around Garcia. And another turnover for Minot State. Minot State, or right in the middle of most categories a year ago, both offensive and defensive. They were number 2 in three-point shooting. Sonia Sarda a little bit off on the three-pointer, and Cassandra Awad goes over the back there for her first foul of her career. It's going to be the 4th foul on the Crimson Storm. Sanchez trying to go deep. Awad is there to deflect it over to Foster. And another steal for SNU. Sonia Sarda controlling up top. A 17-second difference as we're under 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Awad pulls the trigger for 3. That's good. And SNU rolling early. It's 21-5. Theodore pushing the shot clock is off. Rosari will pull the trigger for 3 in the corner. That's short. Awad has the miss for SNU. 15 seconds to go. Sarda pushing tempo with encouragement from the bench. Calling out for the screen from Garcia. Goes behind it. 6 on the clock. Awad, she'll pull the trigger for another 3. Just short. And Counts has the miss, and that's how the first quarter will end. And the place would have gotten loud if Awad had managed to knock that one down. But a tremendous first quarter for the Crimson Storm. 21-5 at the end of 1 here at the Sawyer Center. We'll take time out and be right back with the start of the second quarter after this. Welcome back. A dominating first quarter for the Crimson Storm, 21-5. 5 3-pointers and forced 10 turnovers by the Beavers. Massey Beard into the game for the first time this evening. Theodore on the backdoor cut. Gets it back on the wing, pulls the trigger for 3, and it's good. First 3-pointer for the Beavers tonight. Comes courtesy of Bethany Theodore. Watt, now Beard with it on the left side. Sarda goes behind the Massey Beard pick, and a foul coming up on Rosari, trying to fight through that pick by Massey Beard. It's her first team foul of the quarter. And Haley Hildenbrand back in with those 2 personal fouls. And Counts will take a seat. Sonia Sarda trying to get it into Massey Beard. And it goes off of Beard, out of bounds, off the knee. A little bit crowded on that inbounds pass attempt. Payne trying to get it in, and does. And Rosari working up against the much taller Irene Perez. Watt guarding Payne. Payne goes baseline on Beard, creates some space. Theodore will try another 3-pointer, in and out, no good. And a foul on the offensive rebound attempt. And that's Hildebrand, that's her 3rd already. So Minot State in a bit of hurt here in the middle. Addison Foster finds herself wide open, a little bit long on the 3. Beard crashes the glass. We'll keep it here. Massey Beard challenging for that offensive rebound, and SNU will maintain possession here. 20 seconds set on the shot clock here as SNU leading 21-8, a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Massey Beard will pull the trigger and knock down the 3. Beard flying through, nearly had the steal. She hustles back down the court and get in position. Rosari swings it across to Payne. Watt with a nice closeout there. Payne with a travel. And another turnover for the Beavers. Alexis Jones checking back in for Sonia Sarda. First break of the game for Sarda. And SNU quickly back the other way here, leading 24-8. They've knocked down 6 of 11 from 3-point range. Foster thought about a deep 3, but thought better of it. Alexis Jones now. Massey Beard given plenty of space. Watt with it, goes behind the Beard pick, down to the baseline. Foster with it. She'll pull the trigger for another 3. It's long again. Delsman gets it up ahead to Theodore. Theodore working on Perez. Nice screen from Hildenbrand. And a blocking foul coming on Massey Beard, trying to take the charge from Bethany Theodore. That'll be the first foul on Massey Beard. First team foul on the Crimson Storm here in the second quarter. Callie Delsman checks out. Reagan Sanchez back in. Payne. Nice feed off the inbounds pass, but was long with it. And Alexis Jones by herself working on Rosari. Cuts across the lane. Now gets it back up top to Cassandra Watt. Watt uses the Beard pick. Dumps it in. Tried to go for Jones, but threw it right to Rosari. Alexis Jones went a little flat on that screen there. Theodore driving kick to Sanchez. Sanchez pitches out. Rosari fires up a 3. It's short. And Alexis Jones has the miss for SNU. Minot State just 3 of 13 from the field thus far, including 1 of 5 from 3-point range. Again, 11 turnovers for the Beavers. They're big undoing. SNU's already attempted 20 shots, just 13. A 3-second call coming up on SNU. I think Massey Beard was just barely in the lane there. Substitutions aplenty for the Crimson Storm. Miriam Garcia, Kennedy Gillette, and JC Soap back in, and into the game for the first time, freshman Emily Monahan, the Melbourne, Australia native. Again, this SNU team has the depth. Coach Trent May said he could, if he wanted, go about 13 deep. Obviously, that's not very practical as far as building rhythm. Nice backdoor cut from Hildenbrand and just rolled off the rim, no good. Beavers can't get anything to fall right now. Gillette on the right wing. Now JC Soap, top of the key, driving on Payne. Monahan puts up her first shot. It's way long from 3. Soap finds the ball nicely there on the long pass and tips that one away. Kick in the corner, Jones trying to drive baseline, shut down nicely by Payne. Entry pass into Garcia. Kick out top, JC Soap. She pulls the trigger for another 3. It's long. Nice box out there, but Garcia trying to work on Hildenbrand. Hildenbrand does track it down. Gillette trying to get the steal there. And it goes out of bounds, but nice hustle there by the Crimson Storm all the way around. Fighting for that offensive rebound and then fighting for the loose ball. SNU just 3 points here in the second quarter. Only 3 points for Minot State as well. Both teams 1 of 5 from the field. All of SNU's 5 attempts from the field in this second quarter have come from three-point range. Payne shut down nicely. Theodore goes around Garcia, tries to finish with the left hand, it's no good, and Hildenbrand is undercut by Alexis Jones on the box out, and that's going to be the first foul on Alexis Jones. Just got under her just a little bit there. Callie Delsman will come back in. Bethany Theodore will check out for the Beavers. SNU shooting 41%. Payne on the right wing, trying to get it to Hildenbrand. Delsman probing on Gillette, goes by her and gets the shot to roll in off the glass. Snaps a 4-minute scoreless streak for the Beavers. SNU mired in a 3-minute scoreless streak of their own. Monahan controlling on the far wing. Now Garcia, quickly doubled. Back out to Monahan. Monahan gesturing for a screen from Garcia. Now probes inside, nice job by Rosari. And a jump ball coming here. Possession arrow does give it to the Crimson Storm. And accounts returning for Hildenbrand. Alexis Jones inbounding on the baseline, just 6 on the shot clock. Gets it into Soap. Entry to Garcia. She's got to hurry, and she traveled. Got a little tangled up on the feet with when she fumbled the ball a little bit. That's the 8th turnover, for the Crimson Storm here in the first half. Theodore back in for Rosari. Sanchez working against Monahan. Now Payne, hounded by Jones. Skip pass into Counts. A lot of contact there, and the foul. So they count that basket. Foul is going to be on Miriam Garcia. She kind of clocked Counts across. She came across the lane there. Second team foul on the Crimson Storm, first on Garcia, and Anna Counts at the line to add the 3-point play, and she does. Counts a 62% free throw shooter a year ago. Cuts the lead to 11, 24-13. SNU almost 4 minutes now without scoring. Last field goal, Massey Beard 3-pointer at the 8:59 mark. Entry pass to Garcia, quick spin move off the glass and in. Beautiful post move there from Miriam Garcia. SNU doubling up the Beavers at 26-13. Theodore lost the dribble, gets it back. Good seal from Counts, but the entry pass from Sanchez is wide, and Soap has it. Soap up ahead to Jones. Driving baseline on Sanchez, she's bumped and fouled. Foul is going to be on Sanchez. That will take us to an official timeout. 4:23 to go here in the first half. Scoring has slowed down considerably, but SNU still leads 26-13 over the Beavers. We'll be back right after this on the SNU Video Network. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU leading 26-13 over Minot State. Crimson Storm have knocked down 6 of 14 three-pointers, but they're one of their last 6 from deep. Alexis Jones trying to get it in, does to Kennedy Gillette. Working inside is bumped, no call, but she gets it on the hook shot. Kennedy Gillette bringing the energy early. That's 5 points for the junior from here in Edmond. Heritage Hall High School product. The Crimson Storm lead by 15. Payne harassed by Alexis Jones all evening so far. Counts. Shuffled her feet and throws it away. Alexis Jones with the heads-up play to track it down. Goes in and gets it to go. Looked like she was fouled by Theodore, and she was calling for the and one there. Delsman tries to dump it down to Counts. It's knocked out of bounds by Gillette, and will keep it here with 3:39 to go in the first half and 22 seconds on the shot clock. Crimson Storm leading by 17, 30-13, and an offensive foul coming on Mariah Payne, trying to create separation from Jones. 42, Raina Strand into the game for the first time this evening. Sonia Sarda is back in for the Crimson Storm as well. Danielle Rosari also here, and she's guarding Sarda. Jones. Now Sarda up top, guarded by Delsman. She'll pull for 3 right over her. It's wide right. Payne has the miss. Strand. Caught in a position she probably was not comfortable with there as 6'1" forward. Payne for 3 behind Strand, and that's an air ball. And SNU maintains possession here. 15 turnovers for the Beavers, and that air ball basically counts as one, unofficially. Sarda with the crossover dribble, gets all the way to the basket, leaves the floater a little bit wide, and Payne has the miss. Beautiful crossover move by Sarda and a quick first step, but unable to finish at the rim. Payne all the way off the glass and in. Nice job by Mariah Payne. Crimson Storm lead cut back to 15 at 30-15. 2.5 minutes to go first half. SNU's been in control from the get-go. Gillette is called for the offensive foul. It looked like Strand just tripped over her feet there. But the officials did not see it that way. And that's going to be first foul on Kennedy Gillette. Sarda will take a seat as Cassandra Awat back in for the Storm. Theodore pushing up against Alexis Jones. Strand catches that one in traffic. Delsman open on the left wing for three. High arcing shot. That's an air ball. And Awatt has it. Quickly up ahead to Jones. Got numbers. Backdoor for Gillette. Gets underneath. And she's fouled, but couldn't finish. But good look up ahead from Alexis Jones and a good catch there on the lead pass from Kennedy Gillette. Foul goes on Rosari. That's her second 15 foul on the Beavers. Massey Beard back in for SNU, and Miriam Garcia will check out. Kennedy Gillette at the foul line for 2 free throws. 74% from the foul line a year ago, and she knocks down the first one. Seven points for Gillette as she makes both of those. The Crimson Storm lead by 17. Sanchez just gets that one in. And Theodore. Strand was looking for Theodore, but running the baseline, but Theodore was on the baseline when she touched that pass. And another turnover for the Beavers. Alexis Jones will inbound for SNU. Gets it into Gillette. Quickly back to Jones. Underneath with the left hand. It's good. Beautiful back and forth between Jones and Gillette. The juniors making some good things happen. And a foul coming up on Alexis Jones. A long way from the basket and the play as she and Theodore were getting into it a little bit. Jones will take a seat with those 2 foul, and Nafer Leon in for the first time today. Leon impressed in that exhibition match last week, as Theodore knocks down the first one. Leon a little bit of razzle-dazzle to her game. Second one rattles in. Leon pushing tempo here. Guarded by Rosari. She gets it back. Crossover dribble. Drives in. Is bumped. Way to keep her feet there. Awatt has it now. Gillette up top. Now right wing to Soap. 10 on the shot clock. Soap gives it to Beard on the dive. Oh, and she kicked it away. Good look there, but Beard unable to handle it all the way to the basket. Rosari hounded by Leon. Now Delsman. Backdoor cut to Sanchez. Good defense there from Beard, who went straight up. Leon comes away with it. It's 3-on-1. Leon to Awatt. Oh, and she's called for the double dribble. A turnover for the Crimson Storm. Number 11 of the first half. SNU averaged 16.5 turnovers per game last year. That was 7th in the Great American Conference. Well on their way to hitting that number this evening. Something that Coach Trent May will certainly want to improve. And Gillette knocks away that pass. Bounce pass to Leon. Back to Gillette. She stops, puts it up off the glass. No good. And Delsman has the miss. Kennedy Gillette with 7 points. Should easily be in double figures right now. Delsman gets inside, is bumped and fouled by Massey Beard in a bad missed double dribble call there on Callie Delsman, and Delsman will go to the line for 2 free throws with 42 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Delsman knocks down the first one. And is long on the second. JC Soap has the miss. Awatt on the right wing, guarded by Theodore. Goes around the Gillette pick. Awatt pulls the trigger for 3. Top of the key. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And a timeout called by Trent May here with 23.8 seconds on the clock. We will leave it right here. As SNU now leading 37-18. shooting 44.8% in the first half. They're 7 of 16 from three-point range. Just 2 foul shots for SNU here in the first half. Rebounding battle dead even at 15 apiece. 28 combined turnovers between the two teams here in the first half. That's not going to make either coach happy. 17 for Minot State, 11 for the Crimson Storm. SNU dominating, taking advantage of those as they've turned those 17 turnovers into 16 points, just 5 points off SNU's 11 turnovers. Sanchez gets it into Rosari, nearly knocked away and stolen by Soap. And the Beavers will hold for the final shot. Sanchez slips down, ball is loose. It's behind Sanchez's back, jump ball coming. Possession arrow will keep it here with the Beavers. Officials check for the wet spot that caused the slippage. Sanchez will inbound beside the SNU bench. 10.7 seconds to go first half. Gets it into Delsman, nearly lost it. Behind the back dribble, 5 seconds. Delsman gets it inside to Strand, all the way to the basket. She's hacked and fouled by Leone with 1.6 seconds on the clock. Raina Strand will go to the line for 2 free throws, 63.3% foul shooter a year ago. SNU leading 37-18 and have dominated this first half by pretty much any measure. Strand knocks down the first free throw. One more upcoming. Knocks down number 2. JC Soap lets it all the way to half court, puts up the heave at the buzzer, off the glass, no good. And that is how the first half will end. A tremendous start to the season for the Crimson Storm as they will take a 17-point lead into the locker room over the Minot State Beavers. After 2 quarters here in Bethany, it's SNU 37, Minot State 20. This is SNU women's basketball. We'll be back after this with first half stats and analysis and a look ahead to the second 20 minutes here on the SNU Video Network. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU homecoming court being introduced here at halftime, where the Crimson Storm leading Minot State 37-20. Just a dominating performance in the first 20 minutes for the SNU women. Contributions across the board from the Crimson Storm. 7 players have scored, led by Alexis Jones, 8 points. She also has 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Kennedy Gillette, 7 points. Cassandra Awatt, 6 points on 2 of 3 shooting from three-point range. JC Soap, 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting from three-point range. Sonia Sorta, 5 points. Massey Beard, 3 points. And Miriam Garcia with 2 points. For Minot State, Anna Counts leads the way with 7 points. Bethany Theodore with 5. And Mariah Payne, 2 points on just 1 of 6 shooting. She's been harassed into 3 turnovers as well. Payne, 13.5 points per game last season, came in as the team's leading returning scorer. Finished last season as number 12 scorer in the conference, and Alexis Jones and Sonia Sarda have done an excellent job defensively on Payne, the senior from Burnie, Australia. Rebounds dead even at 15. SNU 9 assists on their 14 made field goals. Also have 9 steals, part of 17 forced turnovers on the Beavers. 16 points off those 17 turnovers. Just 5 points off 11 SNU turnovers. SNU leads points in the paint to 12-8, 6-5 in second chances points, and 9-0 in fast break points. Just 2 assists so far for Minot State. They've only hit 6 field goals. They are 7 of 9 from the charity stripe. One of the few things that's keeping them at least within arm's distance of the Crimson Storm. SNU just 2 foul shots in that first half, both coming by Kennedy Gillette, who also has 3 rebounds to go with her 7 points. SNU even through 2 quarters, 7 of 18 in the first quarter, 6 of 13 from the field in the second quarter. They did hit 5 3-pointers in the first quarter alone. Meanwhile, Minot State, again, 6 of 21 from the field, 1 of 7 from three-point range. SNU overall, 14 of 30 from the field and 7 of 16 from three-point range. SNU led by as many as 19 right before Minot State was able to hit a few free throws with 1 second to go in the opening half. Minot State did lead very briefly in the first quarter at 4-3. Was the last time that they led with about 7.5 minutes to go in that opening stanza. Homecoming court all introduced, minus Bailey Terang, who's at clinicals tonight, and now we're all set to go just about for the second half. We'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the start of the third quarter between the Crimson Storm and the Beavers right after this here on the SNU Video Network. And we're back here at the Sawyer Center. Start of the third quarter between the Crimson Storm and the Beavers of Minot State. Starters back on the court for both teams, with the exception of Reagan Sanchez in for the Beavers in place of Haley Hildenbrand. Sarda driving kick to Jones. She drives and kicks, swings it around to Gillette. Corner Sarda, driving baseline. Floater over, counts is good. Sonia Sarda, beautiful move down the baseline. And Sonia Sarda up to 7 points on 3 of 7 shooting. Payne, continually harassed by Jones, does a nice job getting over that screen. Drives in, tries to force it up over Jones and Nehus. Loose ball. Delsman has it. And a timeout called by Minot State. Yeah. We'll take a full timeout here. Just 49 seconds gone by here in the third quarter already. Long timeout here as SNU leads 39-20. Sonia Sarda again up to 7 points. Now 3 assists for Kennedy Gillette. She and Sarda have 3 assists, 2 for JC Soap and 1 for Alexis Jones. 10 assists on 15 made baskets for the Crimson Storm this evening thus far. Just a terrific showing on both ends of the court right now for SNU, as they have 17 turnovers on the defensive end. And again, shooting 48.5% from the field, including 7 of 16 from three-point range. And SNU boasting a lot of depth here in their arsenal. They've already played 12 players tonight. And all but 2 have played at least 5 minutes. So Sanchez inbounding on the baseline here. 20 on the shot clock for the Beavers. Sanchez gets it into Payne. And a foul coming up on Alexis Jones, trying to fight over the screen of counts. That's going to be her 3rd foul. We'll reset to 20 again, and Sanchez will inbound on the sideline now. Sanchez gets it into Payne. Jones checking her here on the left wing. Probing inside. Looked like Nehus got a piece of that one. Delsman kicks it back out to Payne. Under 10 on the shot clock now. Payne, baseline. That one was blocked by Abby. And Kennedy Gillette comes away with it. Lead pass up ahead to Soap. Gets it into Nehus. Kicks it back out to Soap. She'll pull the trigger for 3. Long. And Payne has the miss. Nehus should be pretty fresh. He picked up 2 fouls quickly in that first quarter. Played just 5 minutes in the first half. Expect to see SNU go inside to her a little bit. Sarda knocks that pass away, intended for Sanchez. Gillette with it. Long lead pass ahead for Jones, knocked away by Payne out of bounds. Good look ahead by Kennedy Gillette, just a little bit too long for Alexis Jones, and a nice play by Mariah Payne as well. 25 on the shot clock here. Alexis Jones inbounding on the baseline. Gets it into Sarda. Back to Jones, and she's going to be fouled. Callie Delsman will pick up the foul here. Her first, team's first here in the third quarter. 1 foul each way. And Jones will inbound on the baseline once again. Gets it into Gillette. Backing down Sanchez. Turnaround fadeaways, just long. Delsman has the miss. Theodore with it. Now Payne working up top. Goes behind the count screen at the elbow. Theodore pulls the trigger for 3. She knocked it down. Bethany Theodore, her second three-pointer of the game. She's up to 8 points. That's a team high. SNU leads by 16, 39-23. Crimson Storm, one of their last 6 three-pointers. Nehus gets behind, counts, who fouls her. Great cut by Abby Nehus, great find by Sonia Sarda. Caught counts with her head turned. And Abby Nehus will go to the line for her first free throws of the season. A 70% free throw shooter a year ago. Nehus scored 9.3 points per game and 6.3 rebounds per game last season. In and out on the first free throw, left it just a smidge short. Of course, Nehus makes her presence known on the defensive end. 106 blocks last year, which was far and away number 1 in the conference. Knocks down the second free throw, pushes the SNU lead to 40-23, and that's her first points of the season. Sanchez with it, guarded by Soap up top. Now Payne, going to use a screen here from Counts. Hesitation dribble. Now Sanchez probing in. Delsman, left wide open for 3. She'll knock that one down. Second three-pointer of the second half for the Beavers, and the lead is 14 at 40-26. JC Soap finds herself open for 3, and she responds. Nice job hiding behind the screen by Abby Nehus, and JC Soap with her third three-pointer of the evening. She's up to 9 points, and the lead back to 17. Delsman goes into Abby Nehus, and a blocking foul coming up on Abby Nehus. Maybe a little bit of a hip bump there. Didn't look like much from this vantage point. Well, that'll be her third foul. Haley Hildenbrand and Danielle Rosari into the game for Sanchez and Counts. Callie Delsman back to the foul line. She's 2 for 4 there this evening. Hits the first. Delsman 6 rebounds to go along with 8 points thus far. One more free throw coming. That gives her 9. Lead is 15 for the Crimson Storm at 43-28. Sarda with it on the left wing, guarded by Rosari. She'll drive in. Leaves it for Jones in the middle of the lane. Finally got it in traffic. And an over-the-back call coming on Abby Nehus, battling for that rebound. That's her 4th foul. And she will head to the bench. Miriam Garcia will check in for her. It's not Abby's night on the whistle. Didn't look like much contact there. Just a little small reach over. Either way, 4 personal fouls now on Abby Nehus. Delsman on the backdoor cut, gets it to go, and the foul upcoming on Sonia Sarda, and Callie Delsman starting to make her presence felt. Delsman 7.5 points, 4.5 rebounds a year ago. She's their leading returning rebounder. She does have 6 of those tonight. One foul shot upcoming here, and she missed it. Payne throws Gillette down trying to get that rebound, and now she finds herself open for 3. She missed it. Alexis Jones pushing. Guarded by Rosari. Spins baseline. Nice move. Gets it off the glass, no good, but she'll go to the line for 2. So Alexis Jones back to the line. First trip there for her today. It's SNU leading by 13, 43-30. She knocks down her first. Jones 67% at the foul line a year ago. One more coming for the junior from Burleson, Texas. She got them both. And SNU leads 45-30 timeout, Trent May. We'll take timeout too. 45-30. SNU leading this one. 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this on the SNU Video Network. .555 to go, third quarter. SNU leading this one 45-30. It's been a great performance thus far for the Crimson Storm. A couple three-pointers here in the second half by the Beavers have kept things a little more interesting. Theodore working up court against Sonia Sarda. Drives around her to the elbow. Shut off there. Hildenbrand at the foul line. Entry pass to Delsman. Goes through Kennedy Gillette. No good. Out of bounds off of J.C. Soap. And the Beavers maintain possession. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. The shot clock actually did not reset. Officials checking to see if it did hit the rim. They determined it did not, so still 12 on the shot clock here for the Beavers. Payne gets it in the corner to Theodore. Drives in. Payne. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Rosari. No basket there as Payne knocked down the three-pointer, but a moving screen called on Danielle Rosari. That's the fourth on Danielle Rosari, and she will check out here. Reagan Sanchez back in for the Beavers. Alexis Jones will bring it into the front court to Sonia Sarda. And SNU looking to build on a 15-point lead here with 5:25 to go third quarter. Soap thought about the three, instead drives in. Sarda will take the three behind the Garcia pick and knock it down. Sonia Sarda, her second three-pointer of the evening. Pushes the SNU lead to 18. Backdoor cut, Mariah Payne got free of Alexis Jones. One of the first times she's been able to do that tonight. Payne just 4 points tonight. Gillette pulls the trigger for three. Off the mark to the right. Jones the offensive miss. She puts it up. Got hammered, no call. Garcia has the offensive miss. Pivots, puts it up with the right hand, and it crawls over the rim and in. Nice job by Miriam Garcia inside. Second field goal of the night for Garcia. She's up to 4. Delsman goes baseline. Leaves it off for Hildenbrand. A little bit too strong off the glass. Garcia clears. Jones with it, leaves it off for Sarda. Working on Theodore, leaves it back for Jones. Corner to Sarda, she drives baseline. Kick to Gillette, right wing three, short again. Garcia fighting for the loose ball. And Theodore comes out of there with it. Sarda takes it away from her on the spin and lays it in. Great play by Sonia Sarda, not giving up even though she didn't get the offensive rebound. And she puts that one home. Cross court skip past Theodore. Goes baseline on Sarda. Kick in the corner. Nice swing. Right wing three. Payne. It's short. Delsman, the offensive rebound, tried to put it up. Rejected by Garcia. Good defense from her and Sarda there. Soap on the wing. Back to Sarda. Alexis Jones was running quick. She wanted that one. Kick back out. Sarda, another three. Short, off the back of the rim and in. Everything going the Crimson Storm's way tonight. Sonia Sarda with an explosion here in the second half. She's up to 15. Payne bumped and fouled by Garcia. And she gets the basket to go to stem the tide here. Stops a 12-2 run for the Crimson Storm. Substitutions aplenty for both teams. Huddles at both ends, but Payne shooting one free throw here. Addison Foster, Irene Perez, and Massey Beard in for the Crimson Storm. That foul was the second on Miriam Garcia, and that's the 5th team foul, so free throws the rest of the way for the Beavers here in the third quarter. Perez at the top of the key, goes behind the Beard pick, drives baseline, tried to get it to Sarda, but it was deflected out of bounds. Will stay here with 15 on the shot clock, 2:36 to go here in the quarter. SNU leading by 20, 55-35. 21 turnovers for the Beavers. SNU has turned those into 24 points. Sonia Sarda up and under on the inbounds pass from Jones. And Sonia Sarda with a tremendous showing here in the third quarter. She's up to 17 points for the game. Massey Beard guarding Anna Counts at the foul line. Payne hits the deck. Delsman kick. Rosari, and she thought about it and thought too much. And that's a travel on Danielle Rosari. And another turnover for the Minot State Beavers. Number 22 for the evening. Jones bringing it up the court here. Now left wing Perez goes behind the Foster pick. Massey Beard up top. Foster open on the left wing, didn't pull the trigger. Sarda with it, crosses over Payne, gets inside, leaves it off for Perez, cutting in, just rolls out, no good, and Delsman clears for the Beavers. SNU doing a nice job finding open spaces in the lane. That one is blocked by Sarda, and Jones comes away with it, and a foul coming up on Mariah Payne. Frustration beginning to set in for Mariah Payne. She's now 3 of 14 from the field. Third personal foul on the leading returning scorer for the Beavers. And Alexis Jones at the line looking to extend a 22-point lead. Jones hits the first one. She'll have one more coming. And she knocks down both. Pushes the lead to 59-35 in favor of the Crimson Storm. Sanchez in the corner, guarded by Perez. Good screen there from Counts. Sanchez tried to leave it off for Counts. It does get to her on the deflection. Oh, waits for traffic to clear and gets it to go with the left hand. Good patience there from Anna Counts as the help defense scrambled away and she found an opening. Sarda up top. Foster left wing for three. Long off the back iron. Massey Beard, the offensive rebound. Goes back up, rejected out of bounds by Counts. And a foul coming up on Anna Counts. Looking for clarification on the call, and appreciated the explanation, and Massey Beard will go to the line for 2. Massey Beard with 2 shots here. Beard a 56.7 free throw shooter a season ago. Monahan and Awat set to check in for the Crimson Storm. Next dead ball. Beard gets that second one to roll over the rim and in. Jones and Sarda will take a seat as SNU now leads 61-37. Long lead pass looking for Rosari. She tracks it down. Quickly trapped there by Monahan. And she throws that one down the sideline, or down the baseline rather, out of bounds. And SNU getting possession back here with 55 seconds to go. Awat running the point here for the Crimson Storm. Perez uses the Massey Beard pick, dribbled it off her foot. Delsman to the floor with it. Monahan to the floor as well. And it'll be Minot State basketball on the possession arrow. 44.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. Theodore with it. Entry pass looking for Strand, and a little too aggressive there from Massey Beard, going for that ball through the back. Free throws upcoming for Raina Strand. Strand 2 for 2 at the line this evening. That'll be the third foul on Massey Beard. She knocks down the first one. One more upcoming for the senior from Kaiser, Oregon. Long on the second one. Foster smartly tips the rebound to Irene Perez. She'll bring it up. Foster in the corner, thought about the three, instead thought better of it. Backs it back out. Hits Perez on the cut, finds herself in traffic and lost it. Theodore lost it now. Foster has it and another jump ball, and this one will go to SNU with 15.6 seconds on the clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock as SNU maintains possession here. Monahan will inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Awat in the corner. Now Perez on the right wing. Gets the screen from Beard. Foster, a deep three from the wing. In and out, no good. Maybe just a touch too deep there. And Delsman will just dribble out the third quarter clock. Through three, SNU looking very good here in the season opener against Minot State. 61-38, our score at the end of three quarters. SNU in firm control of this one. We'll take time out when we come back. The final stanza of the season opener for the Crimson Storm. This is SNU women's basketball. Start of the fourth quarter here at the Sawyer Center in Bethany. SNU leading this one 61-38 over the Beavers of Minot State. SNU 7 of 16 in that third quarter, 3 of 8 from three-point range. Did get to the foul line 8 times as well. They went 7 of 8 there. Minot State nearly equal, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, just 4 of 6 from the foul line. Number 23, Brianna Smeested, into the game for the first time. A foul coming up on Addison Foster as Kelly Delsman was able to turn the corner on her. First team foul is SNU now 17 fouls for the evening. Theodore, good closeout there by Awatt, gets inside, lost it, gets it back outside to Delsman. Pass intercepted by Massey Beard. Running the other way. She'll get it out top to Awatt. Irene Perez on the left wing swings it back up top, and Monahan will look to use a Massey Beard pick here. Goes back the other way. And a double dribble on Emily Monahan. Just the second turnover of the second half for the Crimson Storm. They had 11 in the first half. Theodore working it up against the freshman Awatt. Strand has it knocked away by Beard. Delsman on the baseline. Delsman will try the long two. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Sanchez has the miss, but offensive foul on Sanchez on the push-off for the rebound there. Second foul on Sanchez, first team foul of the fourth quarter here for the Beavers. Monahan working back to the middle of the court. Foster with it. Awatt now on the left wing. Massey Beard driving baseline, crossover, gets all the way to the basket. A little bit too strong there, but a nice aggressive move from Massey Beard. And Sanchez working up top. Now Strand with it at the extended elbow. Tried to go for Sanchez. Massey Beard equal to the task and tips that one away. Perez behind the back dribble. Beard now top of the key. Looking for Monahan across the lane. Blocked, but a foul upcoming. I believe they're going to get Theodore on this one. And that will be on Bethany Theodore. That is her second foul. Substitutions aplenty for the Crimson Storm as the starting lineup back in. Sonia Sardis stays at the scorer's table waiting on Monahan. Attempting her first foul shots of the evening and her career here. First one in and out, no good. One more coming. No points thus far in the third quarter. Almost 2 minutes gone by. SNU still leading 61-38. Monahan long with the second one and bumps and fouls Sanchez. Only the third foul on SNU. Just 2 minutes gone by in the quarter. Or excuse me, second foul of the quarter. First on Monahan. And Sonia Sarda back in for the Crimson Storm. Theodore will take a seat for the Beavers as Molly Wilson back into the game. Danielle Rosari also in for Minot State. Entry at the foul line for Strand. Guarded by Nihus, who has 4 fouls. Goes around her, leaves it long. Going to have over the back call. I believe this is going to go on Wilson, battling for the offensive rebound. And it will. Third foul on the Beavers here in the fourth quarter. JC Soap, top of the key, straight away for 3. That's perfect. JC Soap, 4 of 7 from three-point range tonight. Crimson Storm, 11 of 25 as a team. They will be a dangerous bunch if that is a consistent number throughout the season. Sanchez shut down by Soap there. Rosari enters it into Wilson. Fade away over Gillette, no good. Gillette has the rebound quickly, up ahead to Alexis Jones. Got Sarda and Soap on the wings. Crossover down the middle, kick in the corner. JC Soap, another three, short. Abby Nehus, the offensive rebound. She'll send it back out to Sarda, and SNU will reset. 15 on the shot clock. Soap shut down. Gillette with it now. Shot clock down to 7. Alexis Jones is going to have to make something happen with 4 on the shot clock. Probes in. Soap, top of the key, 3 at the shot clock buzzer. And SNU's opened up a 67-38 lead with 6.5 minutes to play here in Bethany. 5th three of the night for JC Soap. Smestad short on that 3. Rebound knocked out of bounds by the Crimson Storm. It'll stay here with 6:18 to play. Soap, 5 of 9 from 3. Sonia Sarda, 3 of 5. Cassandra Awat, 2 of 3. Some really impressive numbers from deep for the Crimson Storm here in this one. Sanchez trying to get by Soap, unable to do so. Strand faces up on Nehus. That one's wide. Gillette with a great box out and rebound. Alexis Jones trying to do a little bit too much there. Underthrew JC Soap. Strand with the pickoff. Sanchez has it picked off by Sarda. Coach Trent May gets his squad to slow down a bit and set up the offense here with 5:45 to go in the season opener for both teams. Soap looking for Nehus on the block. Goes behind the pick, goes baseline, leaves it off. Abby with the 15-foot jumper is an air ball. Smestad with the miss, and she brings it up against Alexis Jones. Quick substitution timeout for the Beavers as Cheyenne Danielson will get in, and that will bring us to an official timeout. 5:26 to go here at the Sawyer Center. SNU cruising 67-38 over Minot State. We'll be back right after this on the SNU Video Network. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. 67-38, SNU leading this one. Season opener for both the Crimson Storm and the Minot State Beavers. SNU has dominated this one from start to finish. Led nearly the entire game. Strand at the elbow, finds Sanchez underneath. Puts it through Sonia Sarda, off the rim, no good, but she'll go to the line for 2 with that foul on Sonia Sarda. That'll be Sarda's 3rd foul. Reagan Sanchez 0 for 1 from the field this evening. Only had 4 foul attempts last season. She knocks down her first one. 1 more upcoming for the senior from just down the road in Yukon. Both are good. And a warning given to Molly Wilson and Kennedy Gillette. Communication between the officials to watch those two here in the next few possessions, I'm sure. J.C. Soap looking for Abby Nehus. Nehus, drop step, kicks it back out. Sarda, drive and kick. Soap, quick trigger for three, just short. Gillette going for the offensive rebound, a little bit of contact, and that'll be the second foul on Kennedy Gillette. Be the fourth team foul on the Crimson Storm as we're under 5 minutes to go in this one. Beavers inbounding on the baseline. Smeestad will bring it up the court here against Alexis Jones. Sanchez has it knocked away by Sarda, but she gets it back. Driving to the baseline, slides along on her knees. Tried to find Wilson. Gillette has it. Alexis Jones with it in the open court by herself. Lays it up off the backboard and good. More points off turnovers for the Crimson Storm. They've forced 27 turnovers, and that's now 26 points off those 27 turnovers tonight. That one is blocked by Nehus. Abby again with great presence there. Wilson gets the miss and puts it up and in, though. Good hustle sticking with that for Molly Wilson, the sophomore from Gillette, Wyoming. Nehus calling for it on the block against Strand. Faces up, gets it to Jones on the cut, and a foul coming on Reagan Sanchez with 4:01 to go. (69-42) SNU leading this one. Miriam Garcia and Julia Schwacke into the game. Schwacke in for the first time tonight. She'll make 13 players that have played for the Crimson Storm tonight. Soap, open, top of the key, three, yes! J.C. Soap makes this one a 30-point game. It's the biggest lead of the night for the Crimson Storm. Her sixth three-pointer tonight. That's a steal for Garcia. Alexis Jones pushing tempo here for the Storm. In the corner, Schwacke back up top. Sarda, she'll pull the trigger for three. In and out, no good. And Strand clears. Up ahead, Wilson, 2-on-1. And that one's kicked by Soap, but good defense there. We'll keep it here. 24 on the shot clock for the Beavers. Cassandra Awad in for J.C. Soap, who checks out with 18.6 of 11 from three-point range. Strand with it. Guarded by Miriam Garcia. Strand drives on her, blocked by Garcia. Wilson has the miss. Puts it up, Garcia blocks her again. Garcia finally gets it over to Alexis Jones. Jones up top with it. Entry pass to Garcia. Leaves it off for Sarda underneath, puts it off the glass and in. Great look from Miriam Garcia. Garcia with a all-impressive stat line tonight, doing a little bit of everything as that ball's lost out of bounds by Danielson. Substitutions coming in for both teams. Candace Freeman into the game for Miriam Garcia, who checks out. So Schwacke, Alexis Jones, Irene Perez, Sonia Sarda. Irene Perez actually checking in for Alexis Jones here. Number 40, Brenna Schetter in for the first time tonight for the Beavers. Awat all the way to the basket, tries to spin it home with the left hand, no good. And Danielson the rebound. Awat knocks that one away from Sanchez. Sanchez has to go to the floor to get it. Gets up. No travel called. Wilson with it up top, guarded by Schwacke. Wilson finds the cutting Mistad, and she puts it in for two. 74-44, Crimson Storm leading this. We're under 2 minutes to go. As SNU has dominated start to finish. They've forced 29 turnovers. They've scored 26 points off those turnovers. Three-pointer for Awatt is no good, but a foul coming up on Reagan Sanchez. And Cassandra Awatt will go to the line for 3 free throws. Nafer Leon checking in for Sonia Sarda. Sarda checking out, 19 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 4 assists, 4 steals. Tremendous game for the sophomore. Awatt knocks down the first one. First free throw attempts for her tonight. 2 for 2, and one more coming for the freshman from Lubbock, Texas. She knocks down all 3, and SNU leading this one 77-44, 1:44 to go. Smestad guarded by Nafer Leon. SNU still jumping those passing lanes. Smestad, the elbow extended. Now Sanchez in the left corner, guarded by Awatt. Tries baseline, tipped away and stolen by Perez. Perez pushing, kicks it out to Schwacke, swings it around the top. Leon back to Awatt. Behind the back dribble by Perez. Awatt, she'll pull the trigger for 3, left it short. And a foul coming up on Julia Schwacke. Chasing down that rebound. It'll be the 5th team foul on the Crimson Storm, and with 58 seconds to go, SNU's going to empty the bench here. Kayla Eisler and Morgan Miller into the game for the first time tonight, and everyone on the SNU team has played tonight officially. All 16 of them getting some minutes here in the season opener. Smestad knocks down the first one. One more upcoming. She hit them both, 77-46. Crimson Storm leading this one. Miller up ahead to Leon. Leon, some good handles there. Now Miller will set things up top. Behind the Schwacke pick. Trying to get it down low to Candace Freeman, knocked away and stolen. Danielson bringing it up here. Sanchez runs into Candace Freeman and is shut down there. Ball ripped away and jump ball coming, and that'll give it back to SNU with 25.7 seconds to go. And Leon's just going to dribble this one out. And after an historic season a year ago, SNU picking up where they left off with a dominating wire-to-wire 77-46 win over the Minot State Beavers. And SNU moving to 1-0 to start this one. A terrific defensive performance. They forced 31 turnovers and turned those into 26 points. 19 steals for the Crimson Storm tonight. Again, just a terrific performance to start the year for the Crimson Storm. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Trent May, and we'll get his thoughts on tonight's season-opening win over the Minot State Beavers. Again, final score for the Crimson Storm from the Sawyer Center, 77, Minot State 46. We'll be back right after this. And we're joined now by Sonia Sarda, 19 points, 4 assists, 4 steals for the sophomore from Spain. And Sonia, a great start to the season for
you
guys. How exciting was it to be back out there on the court?
Thank you. It's amazing being back. I like being back with my teams. It's gonna be a good season.
So you guys, tough, great off season for you guys. You've got so much depth. How do you guys work it in where everybody's contributing like you were tonight?
We are always like that in practice. We always have each other, and it's just amazing. I love them so much. They always got my back. I love them so much.
So you've got quite a few, 4 of you guys from Spain on the team. What's that like for you to kind of have a little bit of home away from home, if you will?
Yeah, it's nice. We can talk in Spanish, so sometimes it's good because it's not like, it feels like home. It's better. Yeah.
Do you ever play practical jokes on everybody else by talking in Spanish to everyone or to just amongst yourselves?
Oh, yeah. They don't know, so.
Y'all forced 31 turnovers tonight. How much of an emphasis has defense been for y'all in coming up to the season?
Yeah, we need to improve all of that. We need to be better in defense, and we have to improve a lot of things, and we're gonna do it.
Sonia, you crushed it.
Thank
you.
you.
Way to go. 19 points for the sophomore to go along with 4 assists and 4 steals. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Trip May to get his thoughts on tonight's game. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was awful.
And we're joined now by JC Soap. JC finished with 18.6, so 11 from three-point range. And JC kind of picking up right where you left off last season from three-point range especially.
Thank you.
What's it like to be back out there on the court with everybody?
Oh, it's great. It's the best feeling ever, especially with our team this year. I just love playing with all the girls. It has me really excited for this year.
Now you guys forced 31 turnovers tonight. Just a massive number, converted those into 26 points. How big is the identity on the defensive end to y'all?
Our defense is one of our biggest things. Great defense turns into great offense. That's what Coach May always says. So we're really focused on just being in the passing lanes and helping each other out whenever we get cut back door or something. We're just there to help each other, and we know how to read the offense.
You guys, everyone on the roster played tonight. The depth has been a point of emphasis for you all in the preseason. How nice is it to know that you've got other people behind you if maybe you have an off night, or allows you to go even harder in the time you're on the court?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Everyone can play. I mean, everyone's really talented. That's all I can say.
What's been the biggest emphasis for you in the offseason as far as your personal improvement?
Difference, just trying to work harder every day, working harder. I mean, that's just what I do. I try to work hard, and the girls, they inspire me to work hard just by how hard they work. I want to improve for them.
Mm-hmm. Sophomore season for you.
Yeah.
How much has these games just slowed down for you a little bit?
A lot. Slowed down a lot compared to last year.
Yeah, what are some of the biggest ways in how it slowed down?
Just being able to read the offense better when I'm playing defense, and just being able to read the defense also.
All right, JC Soap, 18 points, 6 3-pointers tonight in the season opening win. When we come back this time, we'll be joined by head coach Trip May to get his thoughts on tonight's win. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this. we're joined now by SNU head coach Trent May, talking about tonight's 77-46 win over Minot State. Coach, first thing that jumps out to me, at least, 31 turnovers forced by you guys and 19 steals. How big was your defense tonight?
It was good. You know, that's something we're trying to really put pressure on other teams, really trying to get them out of their element, really want them to, you know, have sometimes bring someone else over to bring the ball up. And so it was, you know, it was for our first game. I don't have any complaints. You know, solid defensive effort. You know, there's good rotations, you know, by our girls tonight. A lot of good help side defense that we're, you know, looking to do. We're always like, that's one of our keys, is make sure we're always helping each other. You know, good rotations, help the helper, that kind of stuff. So we did pretty good at that. We didn't do really well, in my opinion, on closeouts. I think we should have been more attentive to that. And but you know, again, we did our job.
How much easier does the offense come when you're forcing those 31 turnovers and getting out and running a little bit?
You know, I honestly thought we had more opportunities to run. You know, they got back well. You know, they just got back and sitting there in that sagging defense. But you know, but I think, you know, I think that over time that's going to be one of our keys, is really making sure we get out and run the break and that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we had some opportunities. I think because early we threw the ball out of bounds a few times, and I think they were a little gun shy, but those will come. I mean, there's a lot of things that, you know, again, you have to work on after tonight. But I was encouraged by just the intensity and by the effort and just, you know, the good eyeballs on the first game.
A lot of young players on this team. When you look at their ages, they certainly aren't playing like that, especially with Sonia and JC, both sophomores, doing what they did tonight, 37 combined points. How big has their development been, both at the end of last season and coming into this season?
Well, both of those girls, you know, have the ability. Really thankful that JC this last year, obviously you're talking about a freshman year, she did a really good job just buying in from day one. Sonia, you know, international player, first time away from home, first time in the U.S. A lot of things, you know, to kind of consider, but she did a really good job of really settling down throughout the year. She made a tremendous impact for us down the stretch of the season. You know, it just took her a little bit longer than some people to settle in, but once she got settled in, you know, she's been on a tear ever since. And she's, you know, just from day one, stepping back on campus as a sophomore, she's really, you know, gained control and really, you know, just kind of showcases the ability of why she should be starting in that specific role. And it's great because Lex has been fantastic as a team player, of not having to be the ball in her hands, or she can, or it really depends. And they're both open to whoever's, you know, running the one. It doesn't matter. We have certain plays that they'll run the one, and but they did a really good job. They complement each other really well. But Sonia and JC, you know, they're you know, really good sophomores for us. You know, obviously with the other girls mixed in, it's just, yeah, we're super excited about them and their success and development.
Everybody on the roster got to play tonight.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything about the depth that you have and once live action happens?
Well, you know, it's one of those things you can really take a lot of evaluation after tonight, you know, and it doesn't make you, you know, go too high one way or too low the other way. And I mean, it's just, you know, just because you miss shots, or, you know, we'll look at the game film and kind of see what else took place. You know, were you there defensively? You know, sometimes if people don't score, or if they, you know, don't hit a bucket, they think their whole night's ruined, or they didn't play their best basketball. But there's so many other elements to the game that are important. And, you know, did you take care of the ball, and were you defensively, were you a hindrance, or did you help us defensively? And so there's a lot of factors to look at. And so we'll go back and grade, you know, everybody at their position and see how we did on both ends of the floor. But it is fun on homecoming, you know, first game of the season, where you're able to play everybody and you feel good and you keep everybody healthy. And so, but, you know, still lots to learn from and lots to grow into. But exciting night for sure.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Look forward to many more down the road this
Appreciate
season.
it, man. Good seeing you.
SNU 77-46 winner tonight. When we come back, we'll have the start of the men's game against Minnesota Duluth here on the SNU Video Network.